welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back again, and I'm back again and again. For those of you who know why the lack of content these past months, I've really started to forget how to speak English. For those of you who know, you know, but for those of you who don't know, I made a previous video about it. My wife's sick. She's getting better slowly, but it's a really slow process. So this time, I mean, these couple of months, I've really just focused on the family, the kids, my wife, just keeping it all together. And I haven't had time to create stuff. But now I have a couple of minutes over. The sun is shining. It's really cold outside, and I just got that little spark of creativity for a video that actually has been in the pipeline since summer, but because of the circumstances it didn't come out yet, but now it's coming out and it's here. I'm talking about the Alato Arvet today, and man, this watch, this company, and the man behind it, you're in for a treat, guys. These are just the prototypes that I'm going to show you here today. And they are, he had a Kickstarter from the beginning because he had to draw in funds to actually produce the watch. So he started up a Kickstarter. Now the Kickstarter is fulfilled, and now the first watches are actually shipped to their first owners. You can actually buy the watch on the website right now. I think the estimated delivery is around Christmas time or just after Christmas, but they are available now. But the colors that I'm showing you here are not the colors that are available to buy. You can check out on the website what colors you can get right now. Those are the colors. The colors that I have at home are actually for the Kickstarter campaign and for exclusive for those people that backed the Kickstarter, and if it reached certain goals, certain colors would be available and stuff. So I saw the Arvet from Alato in my Instagram flow a couple of months back. I just scrolled by it and I thought it piqued my interest because it's a Swedish brand, a Swedish micro brand. And you know me, I like Swedish micro brands. I like micro brands, but I especially like Swedish micro brands because I'm from Sweden and they're close to my heart. I like to promote guys from Sweden and companies from Sweden. So I saw the Arvet from Alato. I kind of like the watch. It had a special look to it. I sent the owner an email asking him if he wanted to send me a review sample maybe, and we got in touch. He answered me. He really liked my proposal, so he sent me a couple of watches. No, actually, I'm lying. He didn't send me watches. He came to my house because this guy, Pierre, he's from Helsingborg and I'm from Helsingborg. That's my hometown. He came to my door because he had, I don't know, he was driving past the dump that I live in, the dump town that I live in now. He was driving past here, so he came to my house. He had a bunch of watches with him, a bunch of colors. I got to try them all on, and I got to keep a bunch of them to show you guys and then send them back to him. Not send them back, meet him again. We actually met twice. So I didn't get to keep any of the watches, but I get to have them a couple of weeks, shoot them and get my impressions straight, and then meet him again and give him back the watches. But the meeting with Pierre, I mean, I'm a straight guy. I love my wife. But you know that special feeling when you just connect with someone? I mean, you do that a lot when you're a kid. When you're a kid, you just get friends all around the world. You're on vacation with your family. You meet your best friend and you're over there and you have a new best friend. When you're 43 years old, connecting with someone, especially a guy in that same age, it's really hard. But me and Pierre, damn man, we really connected. I mean, this is a guy that I could promote all day long because, I mean, I've said this in a bunch of videos before. This is the nicest guy I've met. This is the nicest guy. But Pierre must be, I mean, the nicest guy I've ever met. And I really wish that he has all the success that he deserves with the Alato brand. And then that he just keeps on producing watches because such a great guy. I'm really a lack of words. I don't have the words to describe enough how great of a guy this is. And we connected about watches and about life and about kids and about everything. And that actually made the Arvet to go from something that I liked it. I mean, I've experienced a lot of watches from when I started collecting watches up until now. Watches that I've bought myself, because I have bought a lot of watches in my life. Watches that companies have sent to me, that friends have sent to me, and many of them are like, yeah, it's a nice watch, and I send it back to the owner, or yeah, it's a nice watch, I buy it, I wear it for a while, and then I sell it. Very few watches stay with me in my personal collection, and I have just one actual keeper that I know that I will keep forever. And the meaning here is that I have seen a lot of watches, but the Alato Arvet is a watch that actually, when I saw it, I liked it. It was a fine watch. It was a special watch, a unique watch. It had its own thing going on with the Rollo triangle and stuff. But then, the more I talked to Pierre, the more we connected, the more we discussed things, the more he talked about the meaning behind the watch, the way he came up with the brand name and everything. The watch grew on me, and it grew on me a lot. I mean, really a lot. It has become top 3 or possibly top 2 of the Swedish watches that I have experienced myself, that I have worn on my wrist. The Arvet has become... I really like Nezumi, and I really like Selegin as well. So there are 3 possible contenders for the top spot, and the Alato Arvet is up there because it's not about the specs. I mean, it has great specs. We have a Japanese movement, we have sapphire, nice quick adjustment on the clasp. We have all the good things, and a reasonable price, Swedish designed. I mean, the dude is an engineer. He designed this watch himself. He's shown me a lot of concept designs for other watches that are in the pipeline if Alato and the brand takes off and becomes something. And dude, you want to support this guy, because the designs that he has shown me for future possible watch releases, they're fantastic. I mean, this guy knows what he's doing. It's not just another dude who likes watches and clicked onto some Chinese website and designed his own watch and then mass produced it. This is a dude that draws every little detail on the watch himself with an engineer background, dedicates the watch to a German famous engineer, and it's special. This watch is special. We're gonna talk about the specifications later. I just wanted to talk to you about the brand and the name of the brand, Alato. That's another thing that actually made me love this watch and this brand. Sorry, dry lips, cold outside. The second time we met, when I was supposed to deliver the watches back, we met at a parking lot and we talked a little, because I was on my way in to shop things. I didn't have time to. It was in the period where my wife was actually feeling the worst, so I didn't have time to meet friends and social visits and stuff. I just really had time to meet him outside of the store. I was going in to buy some groceries, and I gave him his watches back, and we talked about. I actually had the opportunity to try on his Rolex Submariner. Wonderful watch. I finally got the opportunity to spin that bezel around, and yeah, it is the best bezel that I've ever spun. But anyway, and we got to talk about the name, Alato. I looked it up, what it meant in Italian, and he said that he actually didn't, when he was set to produce his own watch brand, he knew from the beginning that he was gonna call it Alato. And he didn't know the meaning in Italian, what it meant. He knew that when he was a kid, Alato was the word that he used to say I love you to his mother and father, grandma and grandpa and everything, because he couldn't say I love you, so it came out as Alato. And then that word became something special for his family, and until today they use it actually, and he chose to brand his watch brand with that word, I love you. And that's something special. Those are the things that you never get with... I've talked about this before, why I never really connect with the homage watches, even if Saint Martin release a original watch that has a totally original design. I never connect with those kinds of brands because they do not have a history behind them. They do not have a front figure that can talk about his dream and why he chose this, why he did it this way. You don't get that with those types of watches. But when you get it, and when you get it as much as I got it with Alato and from Pierre, I mean, then it's something really special that hooks onto you and doesn't let go. And that's a fantastic thing. When a brand gives you a feeling of family and belonging, and it gives you the creator's history behind the name in such a beautiful way, it becomes something beautiful. I don't know how to express it because English is not my first spoken language, but I'm trying my best here. But it's a beautiful thing, and I got to experience that with the Arvet from Alato, thanks to Pierre. That's it, Arvet from Alato. I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it with a real emphasis now. You have to support this guy. If you like the look of this watch, you just have to buy it because it's a fantastic watch. I'm really hoping that I get my hands on a produced sample, a sample that is the way it's going to be bought now, so that I can show you a proper unboxing of the watch. If you want to buy a Swedish microbrand watch, you couldn't buy it from a nicer guy and for a nicer watch. It has everything you need in the price category with the specification. It's not worse than any watch. It's not particularly better or more affordable than any other brand. It's right where it's supposed to be. But the history behind it, the thought behind every detail of the watch, the time that this guy has spent developing this design and this watch, that's worth the extra money, and that's really worth your consideration if you're buying a microbrand watch, and if you're buying a Swedish watch. That is worth something. So I have nothing more to say. Hope you liked the video. Hope to see you again. If you liked it, thumbs up. If you didn't like it, thumbs down. And if you loved it, a subscribe would be really appreciated. Hope to see you again really soon. But until I do, my friends, bye bye.